I'm Susan. Today I'm participating in week 31 of the Margarete Miller Collage Challenge. And we're on week 31. Can you believe it? And our prompts for this week is translucent paper. And I used some of this in the Junk Journal January prompts in one of those. And I'm going to use some of the other. This is my sweet husband is so good to me. He buys me flowers a lot of times, and I love the paper that they're wrapped in. I know they're shiny, but that doesn't bother me. But they always have the neatest designs. I'm not sure if you can see them on camera, but I'm using this. We need something royal. I've got this crown, a picnic item. I'm using ants because that's about all I can find. I did have this, but I really didn't want to. I just didn't feel like it went. I could make the ants work better than I could make this work. And we need inspired by fairy tale, and I've got this fairy with a unicorn. Shoe or shoes. I've got this shoe from Mrs. Cogg's Craft. And the bonus is something shiny. And I've got this ribbon and these beads. So I'm going to use something like that. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. And I'm going to try to talk my way through this video. I'm not very good at it. So I may have to just cut out and speed things up for a little bit. But I'm trying to learn to be more open and chatty. I'm not very good at that. But we'll see how it goes. If you don't like it, just kind of let me know and we'll see how it goes. I probably can't do this for all my videos, but I will do as much as I can and try to get more comfortable with this. So I'm going to start out trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I've got my background already. This is just something that I did a stencil with. All these papers are just papers I played with, jelly prints, stenciling, whatever, when I made my journal for the Margarete Miller Challenge. So now I'm just going to see what I can do to add my stuff and see where I want to put my things. So let's see. I hadn't made up my mind if I'm just going to keep the shoe and, you know, cut out the shoe or leave it whole and make a pocket. I've got that. These could be anywhere. And let's just see what we can do to make this pretty. Now I love this image. I thrifted a book of fairies, and this was one of the images in there. The hardest thing is there's always stuff on the back, and so it's hard to choose. But as much as I like this one, I knew I liked this one better. So I'm gonna see what I can do. I'm just gonna let it go across both sides of the page. I'm gonna glue it down, and I like to ink, so I'm gonna ink. I highly recommend that you go by and check out the other people participating in this challenge. The hashtag is 2023 CWP. This one's 31. Like I said, this year is almost gone. I mean, you think there's only 52 weeks in a year, and we're already on week 31. It's just kind of scary in a way, isn't it? All right, I'm going to get this down, and then I'm just going to work everything else around it. Well, I hope everybody's been doing great. I've been doing pretty good. I've been getting some stuff done. As I said before, I'm doing the I'm doing the Junk Journal July challenge, and it has been a lot of fun. I have really enjoyed it, but to be honest with you, I'm about ready to be done with it because it has wore me out. And I'm sure it's wore y'all out for me putting out so many videos, because I didn't want to give up the challenges and stuff that I participate in. Because besides this one, I like to do the crossword challenge hosted by Barbie at Nellie and Ruth Designs. That's a lot of fun. And I like doing the 50 Stack Challenge 3 hosted by Amy at Crafty Cat, and I like doing the whenever she puts out the prompts. I'm way behind on those. The Shinoki Art, she does that full deck challenge, and I know that she's at least got, it was one challenge that had 2 cards, and I want to say she's got another one since then. But it hit, and I got behind doing the junk journal July, and I even have been late on this one a little bit, but these I really wanted to get out because they come around regular. Shinoki Art, she comes out when it inspires her. Now I really kind of want a pocket instead of having that out, but I don't know, maybe if I just cut, let's see, maybe if I just cut from the floor on up, let's see how that looks. I can always print it out again if I need to. But I have been wanting to make, there's a journal that I've kind of started getting the things together weeks ago, probably even months ago. But with everything going on, I've just been struggling to get it made. I'd like to open an Etsy shop eventually and sell some of my journals and some of my ephemera, and I've gotten a Procreate on my iPad, and I've been playing around with some of those things, and maybe I can design some digitals. I think I like this a lot better. I think that'll work much better. So let's ink that up. I don't know how good I'll be at designing. I did one, you can see the striped paper I designed on my last 50 Stack Challenge. It's a Christmas. I had designed some striped paper for Christmas, you know, background pages, and I used that on that challenge. So we'll see how that goes. I enjoy playing around even if I don't do anything with it. So I'm going to put this here. Let that dry before I add in. I think that'll make a nice pocket, and it's not so much with the yellow sticking out too. Alright, now to decide maybe my crown there. See my ants. Should I have them going across? Because they'll be a little bit translucent because it's on tape. At least I think. I made these a while back. I just doodled these. I can't even remember. It's probably been a good year ago. And I don't have to use them all, do I? I may just tack them on there. And what's a picnic without a few ants? Little boogers, they really aggravate me when they get in my kitchen. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to tack them on right there. They go with it, but they don't take away from the whole thing. And I'm going to ink up my crown. I want to think this came from Paper Studio at Hobby Lobby, but I'm not 100% sure. I kind of like that there. Oh, I need my translucent paper, don't I? So I'm just gonna cut around this a little closer and see. I love these collages. I hope y'all do. They are a lot of fun. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of like that. Kind of cut it a little close. Let's see. My kitty cat's talking. He gets kind of mouthy sometimes. It has been so hot And of course I live in Mississippi, and we're a humid state. So when it gets hot, it's very humid. I think I'm going to add that with some double-sided tape just so it won't show so much. You know, the glue, I don't want it to show. And I don't know if I'm going to use that one or not. And my poor husband right now is 3:21 and he is outside cutting grass. I feel so sorry for him. I used to help him and cut grass, but there's a 0-turn mower and he won't let me on it. I think he's afraid I'll mess it up. Not that I'm a bad driver or anything, of course. So we'll get this on here. But yeah, it's been so hot, and then the rain. This has been one of the wettest summers that for a long time. You hate to fuss because we also have had droughts before, so but it just makes the grass grow so fast. And it's just that rain makes it even more humid in Mississippi. Now, do I want the other? Well, sure, why not? I've got it, so why not use it? I've been making the Christmas ephemera over on Crafty Cat's 50 stack challenge. And as much as a lot of people don't want to hear about Christmas now, if we didn't start early, we'd never have everything done. There we go. And that could go for shiny as well, couldn't it? Stick that in there. And I'm going to add my crown. I do love my art glitter glue. Let's see, we've got our translucent paper, something royal, picnic item, inspired by a fairy tale, shoe or shoes, and something shiny. And let's see how I'm going to do my something shiny. I do love this. I think I like that. Isn't that pretty? I think I'm just going to add those to the sides of my pages. Usually when I do these challenges, I just grab a bunch of stuff and kind of go for it. That's half the fun. I try to get stuff that kind of coordinates, but that's not always possible, especially with such different types of prompts. My book's starting to get fat and it don't want to stay closed, so I have to kind of keep something to kind of help me as I am working in it. But I was inspired with this one from Barbara of 49 Dragonflies. This one is a paper bag journal, and I have really enjoyed it. It's squishy, it's fun. Last year I did the Margarete Miller, and I used an old planner and I just covered it up. This one I had years ago, and that's what I used. I think I'm going to put some of these beads right in the center of those flowers. Let's see. 2, 3. That'll work out great. Rules of 3. I may put some in those too. Let me see what I didn't use this last time. I'm going to use it. It's a pen that I've gotten when I did diamond painting. I still got all the glue, if it will hold. Let's see. Put that there. Oh, it's not going to work. Let's add another one. Let's see if this one will work better. I don't know where my other one shot off to. I'll have to find it. I like that. Yeah, let's see what I've got here. Got some of these. They're not shiny, but they may be pretty. I'm going to use a flower, but I really don't want to cover up the flower. And that will dry clear. Here. There we go. And since we need shiny, how about we do my favorite gold splatters? I've gotten to where it's hard for me not to do the gold splatters. And I'm using this is some of that Van Gogh gold that Barbara from 49 Dragonflies recommended. And I do love the color. But I also have a palette that I use a lot that has some of the gold in it, and I like it as well. It's always fun to try out new stuff, but it's expensive to try out new stuff as well. Okay, and one thing I like about this is it dries, but all you have to do is just spray it with a little water and reactivate it. But now it will get a little bit more translucent as you go. but I think I've got plenty in here right now. Take care of that later. And I'm gonna just hit this with a air dryer just for a little bit. And I'm just gonna kind of blot that away. It should still leave some of the shine, but not so much of the bulk of it. Hard to tell. May have to add a little bit more. I think it's leaving a little bit of the gold. Here's a little bit of gold wings. How about that? I like it. Well, here she is. Number 31. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Ring that bell so you can be notified when I upload new content. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I hope you like this. We've got our translucent paper. We've got our something royal. And I think I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit of gold on my crown. Why not? I didn't even think about that until now. I think that will set it off great. Isn't that pretty? I like that. Should I go ahead and paint the rest of it? Yeah. I like to make things hard on myself. Okay. I've got my something royal. I've got my picnic item. I've got inspired by a fairy tale, my shoe, and my something shiny. Y'all have a great and wonderful week. And until next time, bye y'all.